Hello there, this is Kevin Chang from Do Your Dream Work. Now, Thinkific has been one of the top online course platforms, very well known, and a lot of course creators create and sell their courses on Thinkific. In the past few years, though, another online course platform called Podia has been making waves. Particularly in the last couple of years, Podia has been really garnering a lot of attention. A lot of new online course creators have been creating and selling courses and other digital products on Podia. So how do Thinkific and Podia stack up? Now, this is part one of a two-part comparison that I go into detail between Thinkific and Podia. And in this part one of the comparison, I go into the costs of using each of these platforms, the pricing of each platform across the different plan levels, transaction fees, if any, that they charge. Then I go into student payment options, which is what are the ways that you can allow your payments to pay for your courses. Can you offer multiple installments instead of the whole payment required upfront? That would make it more attractive for certain students. Can you charge for recurring payments like memberships? And then I also go into integrations, if any, to email marketing services, which is a particularly important type of integration for online course creators. And in all of these features, I go into at what plan level do you start to be able to have access to these features. So by the end of this video, you have all these questions answered. And before we jump right in, again, this is part one of my comparison. So be sure to watch part two before you make a final decision between Thinkific and Podia. All right, with all that said, let's dive right into part one of my detailed comparison between Thinkific and Podia. We're going to start by looking at how much does it cost to use each of these platforms. So first, let's take a look at Thinkific's pricing. Now, Thinkific does have a free level plan, so you can try it out for free. And that free plan allows you to create and sell one course with unlimited students. And then Thinkific's pay levels are, and here we're looking at how much does it cost monthly if you're paying annually. So if you're paying for a year in advance, the paid plan levels are $39 a month, $79 a month, $119, and the top level is $399 a month. And if you're paying month to month, then the pay levels are $49 a month, $99 a month, $149 a month, and $499 a month. Now let's look at Podia's pricing. Podia also has a free level plan, so you can also try it out for free. Now Podia actually allows you to draft, in other words, you can build your course, meaning lessons and other content within your course, to the point where your course is all built out and you're ready to launch, but you actually can't launch until you upgrade to the first pay level plan or any of its paid plans. But Podia's free plan does allow you to sell one digital download product and also one coaching product. Now Podia, compared to Thinkific, has as much focus on helping you sell digital products like digital downloads and also coaching type products where someone is booking a coaching session with you. So Podia has as much focus on those types of products as they do on online courses, whereas Thinkific's main focus is on online courses, memberships, and the like. And you can sell coaching sessions, digital downloads, etc., but they're more secondary add-on items with Thinkific. Now back to Podia's price levels. Beyond the free plan, Podia's pricing is $33 a month for the first pay level. Then the next level up is $75 a month and $166 a month for their top level plan. Now these same levels, if you're paying month to month, the figures I just mentioned are if you're paying yearly. If you're paying month to month, then they are $39 a month for the first level, $89 a month for the second pay level, and $199 a month for the top level. Now overall, the pricing between Thinkific and Podia across their pay levels are similar. They're actually very comparable. we're going to be focusing in this video on the free plan, what that offers, and the first 2 pay levels. This video is going to be mainly aimed at people who are trying to decide which one of these platforms they want to try out and who are toward the beginning of their course creator journey. And so again, I'm going to be mostly talking about in this video what features are covered in the free plan as well as the first 2 paid plans for both of these platforms. Now, just to sum up the pricing level comparisons, the first 2 pay levels, Podia is slightly cheaper than Thinkific, and the third pay level, Podia is slightly more expensive, but they are within the ballpark of one another. Overall, the pricing levels are comparable. Now, something that's obvious here is that you really can't compare the features included in the first 1, 2, or 3 pay level plans of Thinkific versus Podia because they can contain some different things. Now, I'm going to be talking about a set of key features for course creators and at which plan level do they become available for Thinkific versus Podia, etc. This here is just to give you a sense for how much does it cost monthly for each of these platforms and whether or not there are stark differences in the pricing, and there really isn't a whole lot of difference. The pricing levels are fairly comparable between Thinkific and Podia. All right, next, let's look at transaction fees. Now, this is another type of cost of using either one of these platforms, and the transaction fee is a fee that's charged every time your student makes a purchase of any of your products. And here we're referring to a fee charged by either Thinkific or Podia. Now, there is a transaction fee charged by Stripe, the payment processing company that a lot of folks use if they're accepting credit cards. And this transaction fee that's charged by Stripe is separate than any transaction fees charged by either Thinkific or Podia. Now, the Stripe transaction fee, by the way, is a standard 2.9% per transaction plus 30 cents per successful card transaction. So again, this is charged by Stripe, your credit card payment processing company, and you need to pay that no matter what. Now, what transaction fees, if any, are charged by either Thinkific or Podia? Let's take a look. Now, Thinkific actually does not charge you any transaction fees across all their plans, including their free level plan. Now, not charging any transaction fees, including on the free level plan, is outstanding. This means that aside from the Stripe processing fee, you get to keep all of what your students pay you for each purchase, even if you're on their free plan. Now, I just want to mention that if you're using Thinkific payments, your transaction fees are going to be the same, exactly the same, as if you're using Stripe as your payment processor. It's going to be 2.9% of the purchase price plus 30 cents per successful transaction. And the reason it's going to be exactly the same as your Stripe transaction fees is because Thinkific payments actually is using Stripe as well. But if you're using Stripe, Stripe is your payment processor. If you're using Thinkific payments, then officially Thinkific is your payment processor. And Thinkific will manage your payouts to you instead of Stripe. So now then, if you're using Thinkific payments, Thinkific isn't charging you any transaction fees. Again, even on their free plan, the fee is exactly the same and is charged by Stripe. Now, Podia charges you an 8% transaction fee for their free plan, but no transaction fees for any of their pay level plans. Now, 8% is kind of high, but I still think it's reasonable because on the free plan, there's no upfront cost. You're not paying for the plan itself. You're paying this transaction fee only as you have sales of your products. So you're paying only as you're earning on the free plan. And I think although I like to see the transaction fee a little bit lower than 8%, I still think it's reasonable because, again, you're not paying upfront for use of the free plan. Now, next, do you get instant payouts of your students' payments to you? And for both of these platforms, both Thinkific and Podia, you do get instant payouts, meaning there's no additional delay in terms of getting your money. So you get your students' payments to you according to whatever arrangement you've set up with Stripe, etc. All right, next we're going to look at your students' payment options, meaning on Thinkific and on Podia, what are the ways that you can allow your students to pay for your courses and other products? Now let's look at these payment options one by one. First, let's take a look at subscriptions or recurring payments. Now first, let's be specific about what we're talking about here when we're talking about subscriptions, also known as recurring payments. With a subscription and recurring payments, you're going to be offering continuing value as time goes on. And that's why you are going to be taking ongoing payments. Whether it's monthly your students pay you or yearly, the payments keep ongoing. As soon as your students stop paying you, they will stop getting the value of whatever you're offering. So the key with subscriptions is ongoing value, continuing value over time. Now, you'll hear different terms used, and the word membership is used a lot to describe this. And for the most part, that is accurate what membership is. So just as a quick example of this, if you're offering a membership, you're charging a subscription, you might start out with, let's say, a couple of courses in your membership and possibly with a few other digital assets included, ebooks, etc. And it can also come with a community of some sort. Now, over time, you're going to provide continuing value, so you might add a third course and then a fourth course at some point, and you might expand the types of products that you offer. For example, you might add office hours with your members. Let's say you're going to conduct this office hours via Zoom twice a month or something like that. The key here, again, with this type of student payment and therefore this kind of product is that you're providing continuing value. And I just want to get at what the key characteristic of this is so we know what we're talking about. Now, on the screen here, you see this is a feature that Thinkific is listing, and it says bundles and memberships. Now, bundles would be different than memberships. Memberships is what we just described. Subscriptions, recurring payments, ongoing, continuing value. For Thinkific, you don't get to offer that type of payment option and that kind of product unless you upgrade to the Pro plan, which is the second paid plan level. And this is the one where if you're paying yearly, it's $79 per month. And if you're paying month to month, it's $99 per month. All right, let's look at subscriptions, aka recurring payments for Podia. Now, the reason why I kind of had to define that pretty rigorously just now with talking about it in Thinkific and just in general what I mean by subscriptions or recurring payments is that in Podia, it's actually called something else. In Podia, that type of a product, something whereby you provide continuing value to your members or students over time, and you take subscription or recurring payments for that continuing value, that is called a community. So in Podia, that's under the umbrella of community. That's the feature's name. So the idea with Podia's community and how they're allowing you to offer this kind of product and charge subscription and recurring payments is that you're going to have a community with this kind of product. And they're going to assume that you're going to have a community, whether or not you're going to have a couple of courses or whatever other types of products and value that you're going to package into this, you're going to have a community. So you're going to start with a community. You can even make the community free, But let's say you're going to have a paid community. You can market this as, I'm going to come out with a course and it's going to be this and this benefits, and you can build anticipation, you can build excitement among your audience members in that community for the course, even though your course is not, say, completed yet and it's not released yet. And so within this community, the community is sort of the foundation. That's the thing that everything else under this product type has in common. So you're going to have a community, and then over time you can release your first course, and then after some time you can release a second course, and then maybe an ebook, and then maybe you will add office hours, as I mentioned before, some type of live office hours. So again, Podia causes community, and you get access to this. You can start offering this actually from the free plan up. So within the free plan level, you can do it. In fact, I'm on my Podia free plan, and I've already created my community, and the way that you interact with it, the way it looks, etc., is like a forum. So you can interact with your members, and your members can interact with one another using or under topics. So when you first create your community, there are 2 default topics that people can start interacting with, and these are the 2 topics that you see on the screen here on the right side. And I'm listing all topics, and if I want to create a new topic, I would just click on this new topic button, and then I can choose different settings for this. And there are the obvious ones like name of the topic, an image in this description, and also access to this, open, private, public, and how members are notified of new posts and so on. Now, I just want to quickly mention here that I'm going to do a more detailed walkthrough of Podia, creating a course using Podia, creating a community, and a course sales page. That's going to be in an upcoming video, so definitely keep your eye out for that. And because of that, I'm not going to really walk through any part of Podia in depth here. So, but just to show you that on my free plan, I'm already able to create this community for which I can charge recurring payments or subscriptions. So that capability you get just on their free plan. Now, I've mentioned toward the beginning of this video that you actually won't be able to sell. You can draft, which means you can actually build your course under the free plan, but you actually can't sell it. You actually can't launch your course and actually accept payment for it unless you upgrade to the first pay level. In Podia, that's called a mover plan. So even though you can drum up excitement, start enrolling people in your community, in your membership, if part of the value you provide your members in this membership is 1 or more courses, which is probably likely, then you actually won't be able to offer that. You won't be able to release any courses to your members on the free plan. You'd actually have to upgrade to the first paid plan, which is the mover plan. So if part of the ongoing value you're going to be offering your members is going to consist of courses, then effectively that means that it's going to require you upgrading to the paid plan, to the first paid plan, in order to be able to do that. Now, just to sum up this student payment option of subscriptions, aka recurring payments, and usually this is a type of product that is a membership, although in Podia it's called a community. If this membership includes courses, then effectively in Podia you need to upgrade to the first paid plan, which is the mover plan, which is $33 a month if paid yearly. On Thinkific, you do need to upgrade to the second pay level plan, which is the pro plan, which if you pay yearly, it's going to be $79 a month. So Podia does allow you to start offering this type of ongoing membership at one level lower than Thinkific. Now, next up, multiple installments for a single product, let's say a course. So if you have a $100 course, and let's say you want to entice potential students who might not be able to pay the single price of the course upfront, and you want to offer them the ability to pay, let's say, in 3 separate installments of, let's say, $35. This is an important payment option to be able to offer. There are potential students who want to enroll in your course but can't afford the entire price of the course up front. But they would purchase your course if they only need to pay 1/3 of the price of the course, or a little bit more than 1/3 of the price of the course. Now, with Thinkific, you do again need to upgrade to their Pro plan, which is their second pay level plan, in order to be able to offer multiple installments for a product, for a course. Now, with Podia, you can actually offer multiple installments on the free plan for digital downloads, for that type of product, for coaching type of products. For those two types, you can, on the free plan, start to offer multiple installments. But again, because you can't actually sell a course unless you upgrade to the first pay level, the mover plan. So again, you can offer multiple installments only if you upgrade to the first pay level. Now, that is still, again, better than Thinkific, which requires that you upgrade to the second pay level. And this is one thing, multiple installments for a single product, for a course, that I wish Thinkific would actually allow you to be able to start to do one level earlier on their basic plan. So Podia is again a little bit more attractive in terms of the payment option of multiple installments. Now for bundles, this is bundling together several units of a single product, like several courses or several different types of products. Again, you're grouping them into a bundle. So for bundles, be able to offer that. With Thinkific, it's the same. You need to upgrade to the Pro plan, and this is the second pay level on Thinkific. With Podia, you do also have to upgrade to the second pay level plan, which is the Shaker plan, to be able to offer bundles. You can put the bundle together. You can name the bundle, specify what exactly is included in the bundle, etc. You just can't start to sell it yet until you upgrade to the second level paid plan in Podia, which is the Shaker plan. Now next, what about multiple tiers for the same product? So if you have a course where the regular version of the course is one price, and course with office hours or group coaching sessions with you, that's a higher price, another price, and then maybe a one-on-one sessions, something with additional value added, is the top tier. So multiple tiers, multiple prices for the same product, just different versions. And in Thinkific, again, you need to upgrade to the Pro plan, their second level pay level plan. Now with Podia, you can set up multiple tiers under their community feature, and you can start to, as I mentioned before, start to offer communities on their free plan. So that's really great. Again, because online courses, you're not going to be able to actually start selling them until, or unless you upgrade to the mover plan, the first level pay plan. Again, you can do multiple tiers, you can set it up, but in order to start selling your courses with multiple tiers, you do have to upgrade to the first pay level plan, the mover plan on Podia. All right, so those are the various different student payment options, and at which levels can you start to be able to offer those kinds of payments and to offer those kinds of products for both Thinkific and Podia. Now next, let's look at the very important question of what integrations to email marketing services do either of these platforms have, and of course, at what level do you get access to these integrations? Now, being able to have your online course platform connected to your email marketing service is really important. Among other things, you can, upon having a new student enroll in your course, if you can automatically, because they're connected, have your new student added to your email list in your email marketing service, then you can automatically send that new student an onboarding email with instructions on what to do next and guidance on how to best proceed through your course. And as another example, sometime later on, you might want to email them a coupon code for your follow-on course. And in general, it's really useful to be able to message your paying customers, your students, differently than your audience members who have yet to purchase. All right, now, knowing how important that is, at which plan levels do you get access to integrations with email marketing services? All right, let's take a look at Thinkific first. Now, a little over a year ago, Thinkific launched their Thinkific App Store, and prior to that, what were integrations have now been moved into the App Store. So if an email marketing service has an integration with Thinkific, you can now access that integration. You can now find an app for that email marketing service in the App Store. And by installing that app, that's how you get that integration with that particular email marketing service. Now, naturally, you might be wondering, how much does it cost, if it costs anything, to use apps? Well, the answer is it depends on that particular email marketing service or that particular app. Now, there are apps that are free, and then there are apps that you do have to pay for. But you can easily find out if you need to pay for the app by just checking out the app in the App Store. Now, right here, we're talking about email marketing services. So let's check out what email marketing services can you connect Thinkific to that are free. So here I'm on my main page of the Thinkific App Store, and as I scroll down, there are all these apps that are displayed here, and on the left side vertical menu, I'm going to click on free apps. Now these are all apps that are free, and I'm just going to see which ones are email marketing apps. So MailChimp, that's listed here, so that is a free app that you can install. Then as I scroll down more, Aweber is also a free app. And I believe then those are the only two email marketing services, apps that are free. Now I can go and look at, on the left side, it's also categorized by the particular functionalities. So under categories, I'm going to click onto email marketing. And so these are all the email marketing apps. So we already saw that MailChimp and Aweber are free apps. So then here, ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit, Constant Contact, Keep, which is formerly Infusionsoft. All these are email marketing services, and because they weren't listed in the previous page with the free apps, so you probably will have to pay to connect your Thinkific account with an email marketing service other than MailChimp and Aweber. Now I'm going to click on the ActiveCampaign app page, and on the left side there, on the price, it says 14-day free trial from $9 per month on. So this gives you a sense of what the pricing starts at. All right, I do want to note here that on your free account with Thinkific, you do have access to the Thinkific App Store. However, not all the apps are available. There are still relatively smaller percentage of apps that do require that you upgrade to a certain level. But the majority of the apps that I've looked at briefly as I went through the App Store, you can access even if you're on Thinkific's free plan. All right, so as we've seen here, on the Thinkific's free plan, you can connect to MailChimp and Aweber for free. But with other email marketing services, you do have to pay for. Now, what about Podia? Now, Podia is actually fairly straightforward. Under the Integrations tab of the Settings page, I can see here that Podia, even on Podia's free plan, you can connect to these 7 email marketing services. And they are ConvertKit, MailChimp, Drip, Aweber, ActiveCampaign, GetResponse, and MailerLite. Now, these are some of the more popular email marketing services, and it's really good to know that even if you're on Podia's free plan, you can have access to them. Now, I just want to note that Podia has its own email marketing capability. But as of right now, as I've looked at the limitations on the number of sends available per month, as well as the lack of segmentation capability, Podia's own email marketing service isn't really a replacement currently for an external email marketing service like you see here. So I would use one of these email marketing services rather than Podia's own right now. Just like anything else, Podia will improve their email marketing capabilities over time, I'm sure. But it's good to know that even on Podia's free plan, you get access to one of these external email marketing services. Alright, that wraps up part 1 of my comparison between Thinkific and Podia. Hopefully now you have a good grasp of what costs are there in using Thinkific and Podia. What are the student payment options that are available to you? At what plan level can you get access to these features? What integrations to email marketing services are available? And also a brief introduction to the Thinkific App Store if you're unfamiliar with that. Now, as I mentioned, this is part 1 of my comparison, so be sure to check out part 2 of my comparison between Thinkific and Podia, where I go into at what plan levels do you get access to some of the other key features and integrations for us online course creators. When can you get access to Zapier, this very important automation tool? When can you start drip releasing your courses? When can you start to do affiliate marketing for your course? And I also go into a very important topic, which is, can you have your blog on your Thinkific site or on your Podia site? Podia in particular markets that you get a free website on Podia. Now, for a lot of us online course creators, myself included, we have a separate blog for content marketing purposes on a platform like WordPress or Squarespace. And obviously, there's an ongoing fixed expense in having and maintaining a separate blog. If you can have a blog on your Thinkific site or on your Podia site, and then have all of that in one place, then you can skip having a separate blog on either WordPress, Squarespace, or elsewhere, and you can ditch that ongoing fixed cost of having and maintaining a separate blog. So, can you have your blog on your Thinkific site or on your Podia site? I go into that in part 2 of my comparison between Thinkific and Podia. So be sure to check that out. I put the link to that video, part 2, in the description below this video. Now, if you have any questions for me for anything that I went over in this video, feel free to just ask in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer your questions. And lastly, if you found this information helpful, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the red subscribe button below. On this channel, I post videos regularly on various different aspects of helping you overcome the tech challenges of creating and selling your online course. So once you're subscribed, you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. So alright then, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.